Hello friends, welcome to Mahesh Maths classes. We make it easy, you learn it quickly. Progressions part 2. Before watching this video, make sure that you have watched part 1. In this session, we are going to learn arithmetic progression and its properties. So what is an arithmetic progression? So can you guess the next number in this sequence? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yes, it is 16. Yeah, here is another sequence 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and the next number is yes 17. 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, 23 and the next number is 27 exactly. And here 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15 and the number is yes it is 10. So how did you get those numbers? How you guessed those numbers? So if you take the first sequence, how did you get this 4? By adding 2 to this 2. How did you get this 8? By adding 2 to its previous number. How did you get this 14? By adding 2 to its previous number 12. So by adding a fixed number, so this 2, 2, 2, we are adding the same number. So by adding a fixed number to its previous term, the term before it called is previous term, or mathematically it is called as preceding term. Okay, so the preceding term, so we are adding a fixed number to its preceding term to get that number. And here you take 3 and adding 4 to get 7, and you are adding 4 to 11 to get 15, and you are adding 4 to 19 to get 23. So to get a number in this sequence, you are adding a fixed number to its preceding term. Okay, and here what you are adding? 40 to get 35, we have to subtract 5, or you can say that adding minus 5. So 35 minus 5, 30 minus 5, 25 minus 5, 20 minus 5. So this type of sequences in which every term except the first term is obtained by adding a fixed number to its preceding term are called arithmetic progressions. In short, we call it as AP, arithmetic progression. And the number we are adding, the fixed number, is called as common difference, and it is denoted by D, small d, D for difference. And here if you observe, the fixed number is constant, or you can say that that fixed number is nothing but the difference between any two consecutive terms. You can take 10 minus 8 is 2, 12 minus 10 is 2, 16 minus 14 is 2. And here 7 minus 3 is 4, 15 minus 11 is 4, 23 minus 9 is also 4. So the common difference is the difference between any two consecutive terms, and of course it is a constant. And if you observe here, the common difference or the fixed number can be positive or can be negative, and of course can be 0 also. D can be 0 also. The common difference can be positive and it can be negative, and also it can be 0. So we'll have the definition of arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression is a sequence of numbers in which every term except the first term is obtained by adding a fixed number to its preceding term, and that fixed number is called as the common difference. And it can also be defined as the sequence of numbers in which the difference between any two consecutive terms is always a constant. That constant is nothing but the common difference. Okay, how to find the common difference? So you take any sequence of numbers here, 1, 6, 11, 16, 21. You take any two numbers. To get the common difference, you have to subtract a number from one that follows it. Means you have to subtract 6 from the next number of 6, that is 11. 11 minus 6, that is 5. Or you can subtract it from 16, you can subtract it from 21. 21 minus 16, that is 5. So in general, if you call this as first term, second term, third term, fourth term, sixth term and eighth term, something like this, to get the common difference, you have to subtract a1 from a2. Means d is equal to a2 minus a1. Or you can call subtract a2 from a3, or a8 minus a7, or a98 from a99. So all these are equal to common difference, that is d. So here you see d is equal to a2 minus a1. 6 minus 1, that is 5. Okay. Next a3 minus a2, 11 minus 6, that is also 5. So d, a8 minus a7, 36 minus 31, this is a8, this is a7. 36 minus 31 is also equal to 5. Okay, next, and if you observe, the difference between all of them is 5. See, 6 minus 1, 5, 11 minus 6, 5. So the difference between any two consecutive numbers is common. That's why that is called common difference. So in general, if you want to define common difference, you can write it as an minus an minus 1. So that is d is equal to an minus an minus 1. So you have to subtract any term from the next term of that number, from the one that follows it. Okay, so if the d is constant, then every sequence in which d is the same between any two consecutive terms, then it is called an arithmetic sequence. Now let us have some examples here. The common difference of the following AP, arithmetic progression. So it is 11 minus 6, that is 5, or 21 minus 16, that is 5, 26 minus 21, that is 5. Therefore the answer is 5. Now we'll check which of the following sequences are arithmetic. Identify the common difference. So how we say that a sequence is arithmetic? Yes, the difference between any two consecutive terms should be same. So let us have the first one. Minus 3, minus 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So we know that these are called the terms A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6 and A7. You take the difference of any two numbers. 9 minus 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. Or you take 3 minus 1. That is 2. Minus 1 minus of minus 3. That is minus 1 plus 3. That is also 2. So the difference between any two consecutive terms of this sequence is same, and that is equal to 2. Therefore, it is an arithmetic sequence. And what is the common difference? It is equal to 2. D is equal to 2. Let's have one more problem here. 84, 80, 74, 66, 56 and 44. So what is 44 minus 56? It is minus 12. And what about 56 minus 66? It is minus 10. So here, from here itself, you can say that the difference between any two consecutive terms is not equal. Clearly, it is not an arithmetic progression. So when it is not arithmetic progression, there is no question of common difference. Next. Minus 8, 6, minus 4, 2, 0. Let us take the difference between these two. 0 minus 2 is minus 2. Next, minus 4 minus 6, that is minus 10. So clearly these two are not equal. Therefore, it is not an arithmetic progression. Next, minus 50, minus 44, minus 38, minus 32, minus 26. You take any two terms, minus 32, minus of minus 38, that is minus 32 plus 38, that is equal to 6. And you take these two, minus 44 minus of minus 50 is equal to 50, that is also equal to 6. So the difference between any two consecutive terms is same, and that is equal to 6. Therefore, it forms an arithmetic progression and the common difference is 6. Okay, next. So here x, 2x, 3x, 4x. So let us call them as A1, A2, A3, A4. First term, second term, third term, fourth term. So let us find D, A2 minus A1 or A3 minus A2 are a4 minus a3. a2 minus a1 is 2x minus x, that is equal to x. a3 minus a2, 3x minus 2x, that is also equal to x. a4 minus a4, that is 4x minus 3x, that is also equal to x. Therefore, it forms an arithmetic progression with a common difference x. Next. 3 plus root 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, 3 plus 3 root 2. So here again a1, a2, a3 and a4. So d is equal to, I am starting from a4 minus a3. 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 3 plus 2 root 2. That is 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 3 minus 2 root 2. 3 gets cancelled. 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2 is root 2. Now I am finding out a2 minus a1. That is 3 plus root 2. This is a2 and a1 is minus 3. Plus 3 minus 3 gets cancelled and the difference between the two consecutive terms is root 2. Here also it is root 2. Therefore, we can say that it forms an arithmetic progression, or you can say that it is a arithmetic progression. And what is the common difference? This is the common difference. D is equal to root 2. Next. Root 2, root 8, root 18, root 32. When you see the problem, you think that it is not an arithmetic progression. But let us see what happens with this. This is a1, a2, a3, a4. So D is equal to, let us take a2 minus a1. And root a2 is what? Root 8 minus a1 is root 2. Root 8, can I write it as root 4 into 2? And what about root 4? It is 2. So can I write it as 2 root 2? Yes. So 2 root 2 minus root 2 is clearly root 2. Next we'll take a4 minus a3. That is root 32 minus root 18. And root 32 can be written as root 16 into 2, which is square root of 16 is 4 and square root 2 remains same. And square root 18 can be written as 9 into 2 under root. Square root of 9 is 3 and root 2 remains same. So root 32 is 4 root 2 and root 18 is 3 root 2. So 4 root 2 minus 3 root 2 is equal to 2. So the difference between any two consecutive terms is the same for any two terms, any two consecutive terms. Therefore, it is an AP. So it is an AP, arithmetic progression. And what is the common difference? The common difference is root 2. Now, see this problem. For the AP 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4, minus 3 by 4, minus 5 by 4, write the first term A and the common difference D. So clearly they have given that it is arithmetic progression. So if you find the difference between any two consecutive terms is enough to find the common difference D. Therefore, let us write the first term A1 is nothing but A. So A means the first term is 1 by 4. And what is the common difference? You can take the difference of any two consecutive terms. So I am taking A4 minus A3. This is A3 and this is A4. That is equal to minus 5 by 4 minus of minus 3 by 4. That is equal to minus 5 by 4 minus into minus plus 3 by 4. So minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2 by 4, and when you simplify it is minus 1 by 2. So the common difference is minus 1 by 2 and the first term is 1 by 4. Now, in which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression? So here they have given some situations. In those situations, the numbers involved in that situations will form AP or not. That's what we have to check. Okay. So the first situation here is the taxi fare after each kilometer, when the fare is rupees 20 for the first kilometer and rises by 8 rupees for each additional kilometer. Okay, so for the first kilometer, what is the fare? So let us say these are kilometers and this is fare. And what is the fare for the first kilometer? It is 20. For the second, or you say, okay, second kilometer, the extra charge is how much? 8 rupees from here. Means if it is 1 kilometer distance, it is 20 rupees. If it is 2 kilometers, so for second kilometers, it is 8 rupees. And for the first kilometer, it is 20 rupees. Therefore, 28. If it is 3 kilometers, we have to add more 8 rupees. 28 plus 8, 36 rupees. If it is 4 kilometers, 36 rupees. This is the fare for the first 3 kilometers plus 8 rupees for an extra kilometer. It will become 4 kilometers. Therefore, 36 plus 8, 44 rupees. Okay. So, now if you observe these numbers, let us write them in an order 20, 28, 36 and 44. So, if you observe the difference between them, it is 8, 8, 8. 44 minus 36, 36 minus 28, 28 minus 20. Therefore, clearly it is an AP. And of course, here itself you can say that it is an AP because every time we are adding the same number, the fixed number we are adding. Therefore, it is nothing but the common difference. Therefore, directly we can say that it is these numbers form an arithmetic progression. Here is the another situation. The amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. So, for example, there is a cylinder. So that let us say that there is 20 liters of gas. 20 liters. So, in the beginning, what is the amount of the gas? 20 liters, let us say, in the beginning. After first removal, let us say first removal, what is the gas remaining? So how much it is remaining? 20 minus 1/4 of 20 liters. So every time it is removing 1/4 of the air. Okay. So air or gas, whatever it is. So 20 minus 1/4 of 20 is 5. So 20 minus 5, it is 15 liters. Now after second removal, what is the remaining gas or air? So that is 15 minus 1/4 of 15 liters. So that is 15 minus 15 by 4, and 4 15s are 60 minus 15 by 4, and it is equal to 45 by 4. So what are the numbers involved in this? First it is 20, then it is 15, and then it is 45 by 4. Now let us find the common difference between them. D is equal to 15 minus 20, that is minus 5. So here I am taking A2 minus A1. Now I will take A3 minus A2, that is 45 by 4 minus 15. So that is 45 minus 4 into 15, 60 by 4. 45 minus 60 is minus 15 by 4. So here this minus 15 and minus 5 and minus 15 by 4 both are not equal. Therefore, these numbers does not form a arithmetic progression. So this is not an AP. The numbers involved in this situation does not form an arithmetic progression. Now we will go through some properties of an arithmetic progression. So the first property. So let us say A1, A2, A3 and so on up to AN are in AP. Then for any constant K. So before explaining the property, I'll tell you something here. That is, let us take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is an AP. These are the terms which are in AP. Now if you want to add some constant, let us take it as 2. So add 2 to every term. That is 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 2 and 8 plus 2, etc. So this will become 4, 6, 8, 10. So if you observe, the resulting sequence are also in an AP. So these resulting numbers, resulting terms also form an AP. In the same way, you subtract the constant, any constant you take, minus 3 let us take, 2 minus 3, 4 minus 3, subtract the same number from every term, 6 minus 3, 8 minus 3, 10 minus 3. So that is 2 minus 3 minus 1, 4 minus 3 1, 6 minus 3 3, 8 minus 3 5, 10 minus 3 7. So again these numbers also form an arithmetic progression. Now for a change, let us multiply all these numbers with the same constant, let us say into 2. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 6 2s are 12, and 8 2s are 16. And these also will form an arithmetic progression. Now let us divide it by 2. So 2 by 2, 4 by 2, 6 by 2, 8 by 2, and 10 by 2. So 2 by 2 is 1, 4 by 2 is 2, 6 by 2 is 3, 8 by 2 is 4, 10 by 2 is 5, and so on. Now these also will form an arithmetic progression. So what did you observe? So if these terms are in an AP, in an arithmetic progression, then when you divide these terms, every term by a constant k, then the resulting sequence, not only division, when you add k, when you subtract k, when you multiply it with k, when you divide it by k, so all the resulting sequences also will form an arithmetic progression. So here it goes like this. So if A1, A2, A3, An are in AP, then for any constant k, A1 plus k, A2 plus k, and An plus k are also in AP. So if you add a constant, the resulting sequence also form an arithmetic progression. And A1 minus k, A2 minus k, and An minus k are also in AP. Then when you multiply it with k, Ka1, Ka2, Kan are also in AP. And when you divide it, A1 by k, A2 by k, A3 by k, and so on, An by k are also in AP. So this is the first property. So these are the properties, first property of an arithmetic progression. So the next one. So if A1, A2, A3 and so on, and B1, B2, B3 and are two APs, then A1 plus B1, A2 plus B2 and A3 plus B3 and so on are also in AP. A1 minus B1, A2 minus B2, A3 minus B3 are also in AP. So let me explain it. So let us take 1, 4, 7, 10. This is an AP. And I am taking another AP here, 2, 6, 10, 14 and so on. Now let us add the respective terms. First term with first term, second term with second term, third term with third term. So what you will get? 1 plus 2, A1 plus B1, A2 plus B2, 4 plus 6, 7 plus 10, A3 plus B3. So what you will get? 3, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 7, 17. If you observe, the difference between them is same. Therefore, it forms an AP. Now let us subtract them. What you will get? 1 minus 2, 4 minus 6, 7 minus 10. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. 4 minus 6 is minus 2. 7 minus 10 is minus 3. So clearly this is also an arithmetic progression. So that's what it is saying. So when these A1, A2, A3 and B1, B2, B3 are two APs, then the sum of their respective terms means A1 plus B1, A2 plus B2 and A3 plus B3 also in AP, and their subtraction, their difference also, A1 minus B1, A2 minus B2, A3 minus B3 are also in AP. And if you multiply them, what happens? Let us see. So what are the APs we have here? 1, 4, 7, 10 and so on. 2, 6, 10, 14 and so on. Let us multiply 1 into 2, 4 into 6, 7 into 10 and so on. 1 2s are 2, 4 6 are 24, 7 10s are 70. 24 minus 2 is 22. 70 minus 24 is 46. They are not equal. Therefore, they are not in AP. So, A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3 are not in AP. So, this is the second property. So, here it goes like this. Next, third property. So, in an AP, the sum of two terms equidistant from the beginning and end is a constant, and it is equal to the sum of the first term and the last term. So, suppose let us take A1, let us take 2, 6, 10, 14 and 18. Okay. So, here and one more thing, you take 22. Now, what are the terms equidistant from the beginning and end? Means this is the first term from the beginning, this is the first term from the end. This is the second term from the beginning, this is the second term from the end. This is third term from the beginning, this is the third term from the end. So these two terms are called equidistant from the beginning and end. These two terms are called equidistant from the beginning and end. And these two terms are also called as the beginning, and from the beginning and the end they are equidistant. Now let us take their sum. 22 plus 2, 18 plus 6, 10 plus 14. So that is nothing but 44. That is what this property is saying. So A1 and AN, first term and the last term. This is second term and the second term from the end. A2 plus AN minus 1. Third term and third term from the end. A3 plus AN minus 2. All these values are same. And that is equal to A1 plus AN. So let us take an example. 4, 8, 20, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36 and 40. Let us add first term and the last term. And second term from the beginning, second term from the end. Third term from the beginning, third term from the end. Fourth term, fifth term from the beginning and the end. So what is their sum? If you observe, it is equal to 44. And see, what is the sum of the first term and last term? So everything is equal to 44. This is the third property. Okay. So if you like the video, please do comment and like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.